Today, for the first time, U.S. B-2 bombers launched a direct strike from Diego Garcia, targeting Houthi positions in Yemen. This wasn't just a routine military action, it's a message. A message from the United States to Iran, to the Houthis, and to the world. But as we dive into the latest attack, the story doesn't stop there. Behind this airstrike, there's a growing storm brewing in the Middle East. The B-2 Spirit bombers that took off today aren't just symbols of U.S. military power. They're precision instruments of war. Flying thousands of miles from Diego Garcia, an island base strategically located in the Indian Ocean, these stealth bombers made their way into Yemen's war-torn skies. This marks the first time ever that B-2 bombers have struck targets in Yemen from Diego Garcia. These bombers unleashed targeted strikes, hitting Houthi rebel positions, critical supply lines and weapons caches, crippling the group's ability to strike back for now. But why is the U.S. taking such a drastic step now? The timing is critical. Yemen's war has been a quiet conflict for many, but the stakes are growing higher. In addition to the bombers, the U.S. military has deployed a carrier strike group, accompanied by missile submarines and several missile destroyers, including the arrival of the USS Carl Vinson carrier, which will soon join the fray. The presence of these powerful forces shows the United States is doubling down on its commitment to the region. It's a direct warning to the Houthis, Iran, and any state that might challenge American influence in the Middle East. But what about Yemen's people? Amidst the precision airstrikes, it's civilians who suffer the most. Yemen has been ravaged by war for years, and with every missile strike, the humanitarian crisis deepens. More than 230,000 lives have been lost, and millions more are on the brink of famine. As powerful as these military operations are, they come with an ever-growing human cost. Yemen, a country already on the brink of collapse, teeters closer to total devastation. And with every B-2 strike, the hopes for peace grow dimmer. This isn't just about Yemen. This is a geopolitical game. The Houthis are backed by Iran, and the escalating conflict is pulling in Saudi Arabia and the UAE, who are fighting on Yemen's government side. What the world is witnessing is not only the destruction of Yemen, but the intensification of the Iran-Saudi rivalry, with global powers drawn in on opposite sides. The United States has now positioned itself firmly in this regional conflict, amplifying its support for Saudi Arabia, while Iran's influence in Yemen becomes more apparent. This is more than a civil war. It's a proxy conflict that could escalate into something much larger, with major consequences for the entire Persian Gulf region. But as the U.S. increases its military footprint, the risks of escalation soar. The Houthi rebels have already promised retaliation. They've targeted Saudi cities before with missiles. What's stopping them from doing it again? And what if this leads to a broader confrontation with Iran? Will we see a military standoff between the world's superpowers? The world is on edge, watching to see how far these tensions will go. The question is, can diplomacy hold up under the weight of rising military force? This strike is just one part of a much larger puzzle. A puzzle where every piece represents a nation's survival, an ideological battle, and the potential for global conflict. What happens in Yemen today doesn't stay in Yemen. It ripples across the world. As tensions rise, peace feels further away. Will this escalate into the next chapter of the Middle East's endless turmoil? Or will the world find a way to stop the cycle of destruction? Only time will tell. If you want to stay informed and understand what's really happening, subscribe, like, and share this video. The world is watching. Are you?